After surviving and dealing with narcissists for decades, I can tell you one thing with confidence. Staying calm with a narcissist is an art that unfortunately a lot of survivors do not master. Why? Well, they try to switch off their emotions, hoping that they won't be bothered, which is the opposite of what you should be doing in a situation where you cannot cut that toxic person off from your life. Staying in touch with your emotions, knowing what's going on in your body is the key, not disconnecting from it. Let's learn this secret in today's episode. I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In today's episode, I'll be practically teaching you how to stay calm with a narcissist. I'm not going to waste your time by saying things like, think rationally. Don't use your heart. Don't listen to what it says. Use your brain. You have to be emotionless. You have to be totally disconnected. Why? Because I know you know it. And what I also know is that it's easier said than done. The truth is, when that narcissist pushes your buttons, you just react indecisively. You don't think, how is he or she going to weaponize my reaction against me? Should I say this or should I not? Should I keep my mouth shut? How should I behave? What should happen with my body? You're not able to ask these important questions. Why? Well, the agency that helps you in rationalizing a situation and asking what you should be doing shuts down, and that agency is called prefrontal cortex. When your cortex stops working, you become a reptile. You either try to fight the situation, you try to run away from it, or you just freeze when nothing works. That being said, remaining disconnected from your body and emotions and letting that narcissist decide how you are going to feel is not going to help at all. What is going to help you then? Two things. Number one, becoming fully aware of what is going on in your body when you are encountering their abusive tactics. Number two, becoming a dispassionately curious observer who could take a couple of steps back to know what their game is. Let me explain both steps in detail. For you to become absolutely calm when dealing with a narcissist, you will have to befriend your nervous system. Why? Well, if your nervous system remains dysregulated, no matter what you tell yourself, no matter how you try to act, you are going to react. That is guaranteed. Why? Well, if you're not in control of your nervous system, you're always going to be many steps behind. Your nervous system, when dysregulated, always reacts to the situation, to the environment. It does not shape the environment. It always reacts. You need to remember that. And in a situation where you're dealing with a narcissist, you can't afford letting them shape things, letting them decide how the emotional environment is going to be. So what do you need to do? You need to understand your physiology. You need to know how you react to them before you can control that reaction. For example, in a lot of cases, when people get triggered, their physiology changes. Their heart starts beating faster. Their breathing becomes shallow and body tenses up. What that does is it alerts the brain. This is called internal perception of threat. Oh, brain notices the body. It's tensing up. That must mean we are in danger. So prepare, prepare, prepare. Mayday, mayday, mayday. And that is when you lose control. Once you lose control, they take over and they control your reactions. So what do? You learn to regulate your nervous system. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean breathe in deeply, breathe out. That can help in some cases, but regulation is something entirely different. You have to first become aware of what your unique trauma pattern is. You have to notice how you react to their presence. Do you freeze? Do you want to run away from them? Or do you become defensive in their presence? Once you find out what your trauma pattern is, you have to work on regulating that pattern. Let me give you an example. Let's say you get really defensive in the presence of that narcissistic monster and you want to fight them, and they know that. That's why they push your buttons. You don't like yelling, you do not like screaming at all, but it feels like you can't control it. Why? As I explained earlier, it's the limbic system taking over. So what would you do in a situation like this? You would go to your body, you would go within. Answers are within, the control is within. They cannot control you. It feels like they're controlling you, but the control is inside. The key is your nervous system. So what you would do is you would scan your body from your head to toes and count from 1 to 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. During the scan, you will notice your jaw, you'll notice your neck, you'll notice your shoulders, your chest, your arms and hands and legs and feet and so on. And you just have to do one thing. Notice where you are holding the tension. That's what happens. And on the count of 5, you just have to relax, let go, drop the shoulders, let go of your chest, breathe. And sit properly, sit properly. Remember, relaxation helps the nervous system to regulate. And that gives you access to your prefrontal cortex. Once you get it, you're able to think clearly. And you have to self-hypnotize. There is a thing called self-hypnosis. You can learn more about it. You have to put yourself in a trance by telling yourself, I'm safe right now. Yes, I have to deal with that narcissist, but control is in my hands and I reclaim it. I reclaim the control that belongs to me. He or she has no power over me. I have left them, or I know them for who they are. That means I have exposed them. They can do nothing to me. And it's in that moment when you have to just calm down and focus on your blinking responses, like blink intentionally 20 to 30 times and feel relaxed. Once you feel you're returning to your body and you know what's going on emotionally, you feel anger, validate that anger. You feel sad, validate that sadness. You feel fear, validate that fear. Don't run away. Just validate. Just say, I see you are there. I respect you. You are valid. Just do that and you will see they will melt away. The second step is becoming a dispassionately curious observer. It's like a laid-back approach. Once you calm down, you see the narcissist as this clown-like thing. That's the image you associate with them, a clown doing these immature things, trying to pull a trick. Just associate something funny with them. And that will take out the seriousness of the situation, because after all, they are clowns. You look at them with pure dispassion. Imagine taking many steps back and you're looking at them from distance with curiosity. What kind of curiosity? You have to ask yourself, what are they actually saying? For example, when they project their own securities on you, one response is you can personalize them. The second response is you can see beyond those projections and tell yourself, okay, I see that narcissist is projecting their personal shame onto me. I don't accept that. It doesn't belong here. I send it back. So that is curiosity. And this passion is, I'm not going to play your game. I'm done. And being objective is not accepting their reality as your reality anymore. Your face should show pure dispassion when dealing with them. Your eyes should tell a story. I'm not going to take that bait. I'm not going to play your game. I'm done. I see what you're doing here. And that is the only response you would want to give. This is going to take time. I explained it in a linear way, but trust me, it's not that easy. So don't judge yourself if you're not able to apply it right away. You won't. You'll fail. You will react. That's okay. But what matters is consistency. If you keep doing it again and again and again and again, you will retrain yourself. You will rewire your brain enough to not to react to them. And that is how you play your own game. If you want to learn more techniques like this one, do not forget to join my workshop, which will be happening very soon. It's going to be the workshop of this year. The topic will be how to heal after narcissistic abuse in 5 practical steps. Will be a 2-day intensive. So the booking will start very soon. Stay in touch, stay notified, and I'll talk to you next time. Until then, let the healing begin and continue.